There she goes. The beast, the mammoth, queen bee, the baby. As always, we got that half wrap going on, but don't worry guys, we'll take care of that one day. More important, let's take a gander at that steering wheel. Good Lord. Look at this thing, guys. With the parts I threw on this truck, this thing is more Chinese than American, but that's okay. Here we are with another thing that I don't need for the truck, but would be pretty cool to have, guys. Let's go ahead and open up the box and see what's inside. Oh yes. Oh yeah, boy, come here, look at this. Peep this bad boy. This thing actually takes up the whole box. Let's get this thing unwrapped here. This thing is massive. I guess it makes sense, it's for a truck. Let's take off all this packaging, and oh my goodness. Dude. This thing. This is nice. Leather feels nice. Dude, this feels, oh yeah. There we go. Oh man, I can't wait for that one-hand action. Pretty badass, man. I like this. This is awesome. Since we are obviously working with an airbag, it is crucial that you disconnect your negative terminal over on your battery and let the truck sit for around 15 to 20 minutes, enough for it to drain, and then you'll be able to plop off your steering wheel airbag. Now, if you really want to double down, then you could also remove the fuses from the fuse box that work with the airbag module. Now, I'm not quite sure what they are, but I'm sure a quick Ask Jeep search should help you out. Alright, let's go ahead and get up close and personal with our sport style steering wheel here for our 2018 F-150. Now this thing ran me at around $300, which is not bad for a aftermarket steering wheel. Decent. You don't want to go too cheap on these types of things. Look at this. We got black leather going all around this thing. We got that perforated leather, oh my goodness, on both sides. Both sides. We have that red stripe front and center with that beautiful custom red stitching. Now, if I'm honest, you can't go wrong with red stitching, guys. That's just a fact of life. Now, the only time where a flat bottom makes sense is on your steering wheel. Not to mention that ergonomic grip. Beautiful. Now let's take a look at the old. This being an XL, we got that rubber, well done steering wheel, guys. No flat bottom. And actually the real reason, guys, if I'm honest, why I'm switching steering wheels, so the top of my steering wheel is beginning to fade and deteriorate really quickly. It's very smooth up here. I don't like it. It gives the truck a super old and cheap appearance. Well, because it's a really cheap steering wheel. Kind of scary. This is pretty much explosives. Now what I ended up using was just a little Allen key. You want to use 3.5 millimeters or smaller, and essentially how this works, this right here are the little clips that hold in the entire airbag assembly to the actual steering wheel itself. And the way this works is obviously through that little slot that I just pointed out. You want to fit in your Allen key. So you push down on the mechanism and it moves that spring tension rod here, and that's enough to massage out that side you're working on, and you'll see it plop off. You'll see this thing plop off from the end that you're working on. Now the tough part that really kicked my ass, that I didn't really see anywhere else, on the opposite side you need to sort of push in that bit so that when you insert the Allen key you can feel the pushback from the spring tension rod here. So you'll feel that pushback, and then you're able to plop off the opposite side. I didn't know that. I just kept trying to force it out, which is a terrible idea because these mechanisms are plastic and you really don't want to mess them up. Make sure you can feel that pushback when you're doing the opposite side, because that part is what killed me. As you guys can see, we have the steering wheel airbag removed, as well as our steering wheel controls and trim here. So all you have to do, guys, when you need to replace the trim, is just go back here and just pry up on both ends, and you'll feel this thing come right out. It's literally just, pressure and the grip holding it in. So that's all it is. And of course you do have these two plugs. The tab is right here in the center. Same applies for this one. Tab up here that you need to push down. Push down on the tabs, but you have to be very gentle, guys. You don't want to stab these things. We'll need a 15/16. I had to literally wake up this morning to go and buy this because I didn't have this, so I couldn't finish this last night. And well, I do have to work and I do need this truck here, so we gotta double time this bad boy, folks. There we go. So theoretically, we should plot this thing out, but we gotta be careful, guys. You want to guide these wires through. There we go. Now we gotta transfer the wiring harness. Just beautiful. I'll show you guys up close, but it's just these two little tabs that you need to press in. Let's see if we can get these tabs out here. That looks very small. Alright, so here's a little quick steering wheel comparison. This is the factory wheel you get with the XL. Rubber, very ugly. Starting to fade at the top over here. It's very smooth here. I think it could have probably got another year of life out of this thing before it really needed to be replaced. But why wait, folks? This thing, oh my, big difference. This thing has a lot more weight to it. A little before and after for you. They look about the same size, but this one obviously looks way better. So let's go ahead and switch over our wiring harness over to our new steering wheel. We just need to plug in those little tiny pressure clips. I used two very small flat heads and just pry it on opposite sides, and it'll slowly come off. This is all it is, folks. That's all it is. Press down with two little flat heads, and you can sort of maneuver that thing out. And then it'll plug back in to these little slots over here that you see here. Just remember, your red plug needs to be on the left side. It would also be a good time to give your truck a nice little wipe in the areas that you don't normally clean, guys. That is dusty. Go. Let's start replugging things here. I think we're able to do that now. There we go. Go ahead and replug our controls to our infotainment system. Go ahead and squeeze this back into place. Should just be the same way. Pressured back in. Go. We got two plugs in the back. Two right over here, and then we have our red one that connects obviously to your red. So let's go ahead and connect these things back into place. And slip that red back into that little clip here. Just slides right in. There we go. Double check, make sure everything's in place. All plugs have been put in. Infotainment, airbag, 3 clips. Alright, folks, I just reconnected the negative terminal back real quick. Now I'm going to stand over here just in case the airbag deploys. I just want to test out the horn real quick. Okay, that works. And here is the steering wheel installed on the F-150, guys. And let me just say, this is a beautiful, immaculate piece of work. I think hands down one of the better purchases I've done for this truck. You don't really think about steering wheels too often, you know? You don't really upgrade them, but when you do, boy, oh boy, what a difference. Now, obviously, apart from everything I've already mentioned before in the video, guys, this wheel is just, it's a proper wheel. This is what belongs on a pickup truck, in my opinion. Beautiful leather wrapped all around. Nice little red marker here whenever you're spirited driving, I guess, your F-150, you know, if you do that, start in sport mode. But anyways, guys,
check it out on f1truckmods.com. This wheel is awesome. You don't really think about steering wheels too often because the ones that come with the car, you know, it's plenty, it does the job, it does everything. You don't think about it, but every day you put your hands on it. This is what's connecting you and the machine. So in my opinion, go for it, folks. Beautiful steering wheel. And as always, I appreciate you all joining me in today's video. And in future, we are going to be going over my tow mirrors that I just purchased. Not only that, but we got some more accent trims. It's a never-ending quest, guys, turning my F-150 into a you know, not an XL. Let me see if I can find the proper one. This might be it. There you go. We got some more trim work, guys, so be sure to check out further videos, subscribe. And as always, take care. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!